Kept podcast, man. I'm talking about audio dope podcast medicine, man. You can't get this shit over the counter. Gotta come rock with us to get it. I go by Gas the Realest.
I'm Mr. MEANA, the motivator, man. Here to motivate the nation, brother.
That's what we gonna do, man. You know what we do, man. We got a special guest in the building, man. I'm talking about New York, man. I'm talking about Bronx, man. I'm talking about some of y'all know him from Love and Hip Hop. Some of y'all know him from the Cheetahs, man. I'm talking about I know him from way before that.
Hello.
We gonna get into some of that shit, man. We got Peter Gunz in this thing with us, man.
I'm home, man.
That's
I'm
what
home.
it is, man.
My
Yeah.
second home, baby, New Orleans.
That's
Daddy's
what it
home.
is.
Daddy's
For sure,
home.
For sure. Man, before we get into all this, man, I'm going to be the first one to tell you, man, that this episode is special, sponsored by Jet Life Apparel, man. Make sure you go to Jet Life Apparel, cock you some hats, man. I'm talking about joggers. Get your autographed CD by Currency. And when you get that, man, make sure that you sign in with your email so you can be up on the latest drops and the free giveaways and things like that, man. I'm talking about fly high at jetlifeapparel.com or put it in the description.
Y'all make sure
That's dope.
you rock with the ones that rock with us. You know what I'm saying? And don't forget to go to Jet Life Apparel, fly high, keep flying high. That's how we do it right now. You know what I'm talking about? Let's
That's
go.
what it is, man. Never die corporation. You heard?
Facts.
Hey, man, I'm talking about, before we get started, man, I'm talking about Peter, bro. I'm talking about for real, sincere, bro. I appreciate you, dog, coming through and letting us kick it with you, dog. Sincerely.
Man, y'all family,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
Don't
It's
thank
love,
me.
dog.
That's family.
Nah,
That's
it's
what we
love,
supposed
nigga.
to do. Y'all family.
sure, for
Literally family. So I'm supposed to be here. Don't thank me for nothing. I'm family.
It's all love,
you know,
my
y'all
nigga.
would do the same for me. So many times I pulled up and y'all open arms, welcome me wherever y'all was at. So it's all love, man. I love y'all, man.
Appreciate that,
And shout out
brother.
to Currency, man.
Yeah, shout out to Jet Life, man.
That's my
Real
guy,
talk.
man.
Yeah,
Send me
real
some
talk.
shit, man. Send me some shit, man. Come on, nephew.
Facts.
Nephew out here with gear, and I'm out here. Come on, man. Send me some shit.
Facts. Hey, like I was saying in the intro, like I know you before a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? Because I remember talking about mama playing that motherfucking Lord Tyreek and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That deja vu, that Uptown, baby, you know what I'm saying? So I remember all that shit, and a lot of people don't know you from that, but like, how it became that people didn't know you for how big that shit was in the country, man, to like, man, they just know you from Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, so, my man, it's been such a journey for me. I'm 56 years old.
Right.
So I'm older than a lot of people know I am. By the time I got in the game, I was already almost 30. So, you know, even Nas and my brothers in New York was trying to talk to me, give me advice. And I'm like, my man, I'm older than you. I'm from the Bronx. I was there when the Cold Crush was rocking and all that. But, yeah, so I'm not going to take y'all through that whole journey. But going up to when Uptown came out, it worked in New Orleans because my fiance at the time was from New Orleans. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's from Gentilly, Legionfield.
Okay.
Shout out to the family.
Right.
We all not on the same page right now, but I love them. I love my kids and everything. We not on the same page, but family's family. I love New Orleans. So with that being said, is that I had a different when it came to New Orleans, it was different because, and I'm only bringing it full force to New Orleans. I'll tell you the journey in a minute. I only take it to New Orleans because you guys, what I discovered when I came to New Orleans and met her, was y'all had an Uptown.
Right.
So Uptown Baby, it was like a match made in heaven because it was
Uptown
hot
Baby.
here.
Right.
And I was like, well, how the hell we hot in New Orleans? And they was like, nigga, because Uptown. And I got wind of that. But it's been a long journey, man. So Love and Hip Hop came years after that. Most people, the new generation knows me from Love and Hip Hop, but people that know hip hop know me from the song. We sold 2 million of those, Grammy nominated. We toured the world on it, but still, just people's attention spans is short, man. When you hot, you hot. When you're not, you're not. So the next thing was Love and Hip Hop. So when you talk to some of the young kids, they be like, that's Peter Gunz from Love and Hip Hop. You got to go remind them, no, that's Peter Gunz from not that crazy nigga that was on the show acting.
Right. Not the head of the Creek
Not the
Squad,
nigga that was dealing with the two girls running back. Yeah, you always got to explain yourself. But yeah, so it's, staying relevant was the mission. Not on these terms. I wouldn't want to say I wanted to stay relevant the way I did on the show. It just spiraled into that. It wasn't my intentions to be looking crazy like that. But, look, music is my first love. I'm a musician first. I'm a drummer. I play multiple instruments.
Facts.
Before rap. Early 80s, I'm playing drums and instruments, and then rap came and I started rapping.
So we're speaking on that side of rap of doing the song Uptown. How did you go about getting a deal, and you know how that got structured in the beginning, like you know, for as you getting a deal at the time that you got it?
You know, at that time it was word of mouth or you had something bubbling. It wasn't like now you can get on the TikTok and do a silly dance to a beat and get a deal. At this time it was really a grind, you know, putting CDs in the street and trying to get it on. And I got to give a lot of credit to a lot of people I don't like to give credit to, but I got to give credit to Sean Pecos, not him in particular, but there was Eric Beasley, not him in particular, Kevin Mitchell. Fuck you and your family and everybody. I don't fuck with you. You a sucker. You a thief. You a punk. But Kevin Mitchell, Tariq, we'll talk when we talk. I just felt like intricate pieces of it making it happen. Tariq believed in me. That's my brother.
Right.
That's my brother-in-law. That's my sister husband. He believed in me. He saw the vision.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, he's married to my sister. That's how I got in. So one of the things that said is that I don't give Tariq enough credit. If not for Tariq, I'd probably be dead in jail.
That's how you met Shaq.
Yeah, if Tariq introduced me to Shaq, I was in the worst place in my life. So if what he need is credit, here it is. If Tariq need credit for me, here you go, bro. If this what your problem is, here's your credit. If not for you, I'll probably be dead in jail.
Speaking of that, how your life was before you took the flight to go to meet Shaq?
I had caught a gun charge. Things was all bad. Financially, everything was down.
Right.
Tariq met Shaq, and Tariq really believed in me musically. He believed in me not just rap wise. He understood who I am as an artist and everything, and that's why I love him. But I'm disappointed in him and other things, and I don't want to put that out in the world.
Real shit.
You know what I mean? Because that's my brother, but I'm hurt. And to be honest with you, in the hurt is that I think he feels, from what I'm hearing from other people, is that he don't feel like I give him enough credit. And how much more credit could I give you, bro?
Right.
And not for you, I wouldn't be here. So there it is. With that being said, your man Kev is a sucker, and don't let him drag you into being a sucker. But let's get off that, because I said I was never going to talk about that, but I'm utterly hurt and disappointed in some shit. But go ahead.
So you know, after the music thing, like what was the struggle with music? So after, you know, selling 2 million records, touring the whole nine, something had to happen to where that didn't work no more. Industry shit.
You know, again, it's not too many people I know that can fuck with niggas lyrically. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that, again, credit to Tariq. Tariq is one of the best rappers I ever encountered. He made me a better rapper. Having the rhyme behind him and being on the album with him had to make me better. So when the industry turns their back on this shit, this shit sucks, man. You know, like you're like, man, fuck these. Cause it's two things. You from where you from. You stand on what you stand on. You're not gonna let niggas talk to you a certain way, or you not popping so they don't want to fuck with you. You just gonna man up and do some other shit before you let these punks play with you. So Tariq walked away. You know what I mean? Me, I'm just an entertainer. I'm gonna do it whether I'm on or not. So you sell these records, and sometimes the industry changes on you. And if you don't get with the program, and I'm not saying all that extra shit niggas be saying, oh, niggas didn't go to the back room. That wasn't even on the table for me. I never seen none of that. I'm not saying it don't exist. I don't want nobody to shut me down, say, oh, nigga trying. That was never offered to me, maybe because niggas knew better that we don't play those type of games, but there was no back room shit that I know about.
No Diddy party type shit.
Nah. Because I went to Diddy parties, nigga.
That's his dog. Like,
no.
Why? No, not his dog, but...
I don't fuck with him like that. I don't know him like that. He's cool. Look, I went to Corey to get a deal from him. I knew people in common with him. But here's the shit that I get mad at, right? So all y'all niggas that's be out here denying Diddy parties. There's a Diddy party that the line to be down the block.
Right.
Niggas be begging you to buy your armband when you walk out.
Right.
There's the regular party. Parties off the hook. White party, this party, that party. The party niggas must be talking about must be the party after everybody leave, meet me at the mansion shit. Allegedly.
Right.
I wasn't privy to those motherfuckers. Or niggas knew better than to invite me to some shit like that.
Right.
But niggas saying they never been to a Puff party is insane to me. He threw the best parties.
Right.
However, The after party shit, I know nothing about that. I was never there. There's a certain tax bracket that
I wasn't in that.
I don't acquire that, and I'm an ignorant Bronx nigga, so they probably knew better than to fucking invite me to some crazy shit. I don't know. But I could tell you that I just get mad. I see niggas that I know would have fucking left their moms outside to get in a puff party. So that shit be killing me when I'm watching them. That's why I never went to no Diddy, nigga. Bye.
Right.
You
couldn't get in.
You couldn't get in, nigga.
You couldn't get in.
The fuck out of here.
You was out there, but you couldn't get in.
You
so
was in
that
a regular woo.
Niggas got to get off that stigma. But I also, here's a disclaimer. I want to tell y'all something, and this is some advice for y'all to take. Niggas be like, yo, why y'all don't speak up for Puff? Because then your shit come out.
Your dirt.
Your dirt, or some dirt you never did. So if I came on here right now and say, yo, I'm signed with Puff, this shit is whack and this and that, you gonna have some, I may have some chick come out from 1997 and say, oh, when Peter Gunz and Tariq did.
Right, yeah, just bullshit.
You just invite yourself to shit. So niggas is, you really don't wanna insert yourself in something, because then you leave room for somebody to come make some allegations about you, and they may be true or not true. You know what I mean? But for the most part, not true. And now you find yourself fighting some allegations somebody said about you. So I hate that people go, all y'all people that was supposed to be cool with dude or was running around and all that, y'all ain't speaking up.
That ain't worth speaking up. Like, even though all that backlash gonna come from that, if that's your dog and you rock with him.
That ain't my dog.
No, I ain't saying you. I'm talking about you saying the people who did rock with him like that, who ain't saying that. They should take that backlash.
There's certain people that I'm gonna fall on the sword for.
Yeah.
He just ain't one of them.
Right.
He wouldn't fall on the sword for me. Why the fuck would I do that? However, I don't believe everybody. Right. Every other week is some shit. I don't believe everybody, because at the end of the day, I'm telling y'all, you wasn't privy to get back there. So how the fuck all y'all was back there getting and all
freaked
that?
Out.
Yeah, I don't. It's a lot of fugazi. Listen, man. If the niggas start handing out 10 million, I'm gonna make me an allegation. Fuck it. Nah, that's a joke. That's a joke. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, Puff. I hate to see anybody go through that shit.
Right. So, after the hip hop, situation that you was in, like doing music the whole nine, you got offered an opportunity to do Love and Hip Hop.
Hold on, man. You're going too fast. Hold on. On the part when MEANA was saying that something must have happened with the music from going countrywide to to later on. How you rate like the music industry compared to the street? Like, it's the same shit when it became down to like your publishing and shit and all that. Like, it's the same shit just on the corporate side.
Yeah, it's a little more. They smarter than us in the sense of the way they structure it and put things in your face and
them clauses.
The clauses, yeah, that's one thing, but you tell yo, bro, and this not shade at nobody, because I'm guilty of signing a fucking terrible contract. But the thing is, when you take somebody that never had nothing and you offering them this and you offering them the brand. So say for instance, let's go Sony, Columbia Records, right? You able to say, yo, I'm on the same label that Lauryn Hill and Mariah Carey and Frank Sinatra and Michael Jackson, they all on this label. It's all a part of the sale.
Right.
And that's why, let me tell y'all something, and that's not because I'm here. And I'm telling y'all, that's not because I'm here. Master P, Baby and them, they restructured shit to make that made the whole industry open their eyes up.
Fact.
I agree, yeah.
Nobody will, what Master P did, not only does he not get credit, because people be like, yo, nah, Outkast, the South was popping already. No. 3,000 could have been in Baby, 3,000 and Big Boy could have been hot as New York rappers, LA rappers, anything. South, to me, started with Master P. To me, that's what.
Because that changed the game of how people was getting paid.
I was on tour.
Right.
Just do the research. Uptown Baby was on fire.
Thanks.
When I reached New Orleans, they said, Gunz, y'all want to go on before Master P or after Master P? I said, yo, we Lord Tariq and Peter Gunz, we going last. The promoter came and said, if you want my humble advice,
Right.
y'all might want to go on after this nigga.
Right.
And when he got on, before him, when he got on, I understood exactly what the fuck he meant. That was when I saw the shit switching up. So, but go back to contracts. They structure shit in their best interest.
Right.
We were scared to do that. We don't want to lose the deal. Okay, we'll take it type shit.
Right. Yeah. Y'all didn't argue a point to kind of like give y'all.
And we wasn't educated, man. You know, a lot of people even though we watch artists go through it, we still not educated. We just want the money, and you look at the upfront money and the label, and we'll make money touring, and we'll get the hopefully our kids stand on our shoulders and understand what we did.
I think the thing with Master P was that when he came in, I'm going to do everything. All I want y'all to do is distribute it. They felt like that was a sucker deal in the beginning. They thought that, oh, this got to be a country bumpkin. He don't understand the game.
100%.
So all you want us to do is distribute it, and you're going to do everything else. And that's what, that's what the genius was in Master P, because he was more like, I'm going to handle everything else. All I want y'all to do is distribute it, which was different from maybe, because, New York was the mecca of hip-hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, Master P, I just felt like he just came with more like, y'all don't really want to let me in the door. So for me to get in the door, I got to come in the door more like looking like I take care of all my other shit. All I need y'all to do is put it in every mom and pop store and do the distribution for me, and I'll handle the rest. So they felt like it was a sucker deal, and they just slapped them in the face.
100%. I can't even argue with you on that. But with that being said, I don't want to take away from him also understanding that, hold on, you mean y'all get this much and I get this much? Nah, don't worry about it. And then everybody, because that's not the first person he went to. He turned down a few people before he took the deal.
Right. With priority?
That worked, yeah. Before he took the deal that worked for him.
Right.
So he also understood the other side of that shit. He bet on himself. And we don't bet on ourselves a lot. A lot of we don't want to bet on us. We gonna take this money right now type shit. You know, it's almost like if you went on a game show, or if somebody came to you and said, yo, I can give you this now, or you can bet that you'll get this later. Which one you doing?
And he took the lead.
He bet on himself, and that was the best. That was the best thing he could ever do.
It changed the game.
Changed the game for a lot of people. A lot of people start thinking like him, and a lot of people don't thank him enough.
Right, real talk.
Who was the first person to tell you, or how you found out that you signed a contract for them to take 100% publishing? Who told you that?
Oh, I knew we were signing.
Oh, you knew that from the gate?
So the problem with people don't understand is they think you put the record out and got sued, and that's what happened. No, in order for me to clear that, so we were signed to Columbia, Sony. They would have never put that record out without permission. So in order for us to sign a deal, this is what they wanted. We want everything from that, publishing everything. Whatever y'all do on your next song, that's y'all, but this song is taken, that's just what they wanted. And I wouldn't have did that. So it's, I don't want to say that. If not for that record, nobody would know who I am.
Was it because you didn't understand the importance of publishing?
No.
So you knew the value of publishing?
It was because Sony had $1 million contract on the table for me and Tariq, and the deal was off if we couldn't clear that sample.
Oh, all right. I see what you're saying.
So give them 100,000 and keep 900,000 to go work on your record and do your shit.
Right.
Don't clear it and go good luck with your life.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. Again, which brings us full circle to the Master P shit. Master P would have said, then fuck y'all.
Right.
I'll sell the fucking records out my trunk.
Before.
So in hindsight, yes. Maybe we should have the shit was already bubbling in the streets. But we thinking video, we need a video, we need this, we need that, we need this, we need that, and Sony's gonna provide all of that. We need the whole shebang. We probably would have sold 250,000 on the streets.
Independent.
But we would have still been number one at the bank. We wouldn't have been number one on the charts, but we would have been number one at the bank. So in hindsight, if you want to look at it that way, but it put me on a world war stage. So here's the deal. Because I sound so bitter when I talk about the sample, because I found out they made $5 million off the song. So I always sound bitter. But if not for that song, I wouldn't be sitting next to y'all. Nobody would know what the fuck I am.
Right. No, I get that. That's facts.
Facts.
And to add what you say about Master P, I got to extra salute him for that too, because we all hustlers, but that nigga Master P in that situation, that nigga was a stronger hustler, because I don't know if that's what your situation, but I just know like majority of the hustlers, they'll know what they signing, but majority of the hustlers, they gonna know that money that I'm gonna get, I'm gonna flip that shit 20 motherfucking times to where that shit you talking about, it don't even matter. Right. The money you giving me, I'm gonna flip it 20, 30 times to where that's how I'm looking at it, so it don't matter. That's how I'm. So that's I don't know. If that's how you made it.
100%. But also the difference between and it's not to take away from what he did, because I just bigged him up, so I don't want to take that. Master P at that time was still in position to be alright. Nigga was at that time in my life. I didn't know how I was going.
That's a big difference.
It was a different struggle.
Yeah, I was a felon. I had a new baby. I was I was starving. So Master P, he had another way. I don't know what that way was, but he had another way. So he was able to, they're like, nah, fuck y'all. If I was in fuck y'all, maybe I might have did that. Man, fuck out of here. I don't need you. I wasn't in get the fuck out of here. I don't need you.
It's about positioning.
Yeah, it's positioning. So everything worked out, but whatever reason it worked for, he changed the game. A lot of artists start thinking like that, and a lot of people don't think him, man. And I saw him yesterday, man, and I didn't get a chance to talk to him. We slapped five or show love. I never met him. That was my first time in life meeting him yesterday. Wow. And I lived in New Orleans for years.
Right.
But that's one thing I wanted to tell him, man. You know, he paved the way for a different type of thinking for us in the industry. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Nah,
they don't get enough credit for that.
Salute to Master P.
Salute to Master P. But at the same time, I was on the phone with Wallow earlier, man, and he said, man, I'm talking about him and Gilly think you like one of the fucking coolest, funniest dudes in the world.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying?
That was my guy. I love Wallow
and Gilly,
that shit be genuine.
The shit that you saying genuine about somebody else, nigga, in the same time saying something genuine about you too. You know?
I loved them, man.
That's real.
So, you know, the other day, Wally and Gilly put up, before we came to New Orleans, I called them to because I was dying. First off, they the funniest. If somebody don't put them on some show together, man, just to fuck, even if it's just them riding in the car doing their fucking video.
They cuts up.
I could be having the worst day in the world, and I'll go on Gilly Page and see him and Wallow, man, and the shit was having me crying. But they did something, a jail thing, where they was telling kids, oh, once you get to jail, you gonna go and try to find Allah or something. You gonna check in when you get real, and this shit had me crying. I'm not saying it like it was, but it was fucking the funniest shit. But it was real because those kids need that. I talk to kids. I go to jail, Rikers Island. I go to different places, talk to kids all the time. And then I go to the schools, and I talk to the kids. And kids, if you talk to kids, I do a program called Guns Against Guns. Not a 501c3. It's from the heart. It's not nothing. So when I talk to the kids, if you tell kids, like it'll sound like your mother and dad. If you go, yo, if you get caught with a gun, this what's gonna happen to you. You gonna go to jail. I don't do that. I go, you and your man gonna be naked next to each other, holding your nuts up while a white guy's looking in your ass, see if you got anything.
Bend over, cough.
Then you gonna go in the shower and be showering a bunch of next niggas.
Right.
Some of them niggas gonna be suspect, looking at you like, oh, that nigga look good. Then you gonna have a nigga tell your moms, put something in the commissary or you food.
Right.
Then you gonna get cut. Cause it's in jail in New York, cutting is a thing. You gonna get your face ripped off if you don't follow suit. So that I tell them all the raw shit. Niggas not, oh, you get caught, you gonna go to nah.
Tell you
gonna have to pick a side.
Inside though.
And the niggas that you think is your friends is gonna turn on you. So I do that. And that's what I liked about with Wallow and Gilly. Just to bring it full circle, they was doing that. And that's what I love about them. They don't sugarcoat jail. And they don't sugarcoat the street shit, because it's nothing to be proud of. I grew up on so real quick before we go forward, I grew up on the other side of the shit. So, you know, when niggas go, yo, in the 80s, we was getting that money, that coke, I was moving that coke. I had a house full of brothers and sisters. Well, brothers. Sorry, sisters. My brothers and my cousins all on drugs. Women I looked up to the most on drugs. 3 of my brothers on drugs, my uncles. I grew up in a drug situation, so I never sold drugs. I never was a drug dude. Right. So I lived the other side of people when they brag about, we was getting that money. I grew up on the other side, my mother being fucked up because her kids are on drugs, and I grew up on the other side of the drug shit. So you'll never see me glorifying drugs. I grew up on, there's another side to that shit. You got some niggas that had the jewelry in the cars and they lived that. That's not my story. My story is I was the baby boy in the family watching my heroes smoke crack and become mortals. Like that wasn't. They used to be Superman to me. So
right.
I'm not. I come from the other side.
Right. When Jay-Z told you about that fucking Honda you wanted, you really felt the way?
Yeah, because it was a big deal. Again, I came from nothing. Jay-Z was getting crack money and buying all type of shit at a young age. I grew up on the other side of that shit.
Right.
So he was already privy to a life that I wasn't privy to. I would never have said that in the 90s. I was trying to front like everybody else, act like I was that. Man, when the Honda Accord was a big deal to me, so.
The Navy Daddy, man.
So when the nigga came out, I was like, nigga, you got the #1 record in the country, you driving around that bullshit. My feelings was hurt. And then I went and bought some higher shit just to keep up with the Joneses. And those are stories that you share just so to let kids know, my man.
Right.
Because the difference is, I went and bought a Navigator, I bought a Benz, right? There's people still driving that same year Honda that I had.
Right.
And you can't find that Navigator I had that year or that Benz I had that year nowhere because them shits ain't rolling. They fucking lemons. But so I should have kept my Honda. I'll still be in that bitch.
when you say the nigga was over there and said, man, you want your shit like Jay-Z, and you saw the liquor and you took it.
Yeah.
When did niggas find out? From you just saying the shit? How niggas
Yeah,
know?
that's how they found it. Because niggas hit me up. You know, I got a lot of people in the industry hitting me up crying. Shout out to Sean Peckhouse. Everybody was hitting me up. Like, Gunz, you really, oh, shit. Yeah, so they always used to brag about this Louis shit. That wasn't even in my budget. Even at the bar, nigga be like, yo, how much is a shot of Louis? $110 a shot. I'm like, nigga, I'm never, so just so y'all clear, I'm never in life gonna think it's cool to do no shit like that. Yeah. It's never gonna be cool for me to give you $110 for a shot of nothing.
Right, I agree with you, brother.
At that time, I was like, what? And then I see a whole bottle of shit in his trunk. I took that shit, man. And Jay-Z, my man, Jay-Z has showed up to do a record with me and Tariq, our second single. So shout out to Jay. But when Corey's second deal was with Def Jam, and I met with Jay-Z. Jay-Z bought Corey over to Def Jam.
That's when he was president.
Right. And in that office, he had 5, 6, 7 bottles of that Louis XIII and all this different shit. And I started to tell him that day. Yeah. But I'm like, maybe this ain't the day to tell the nigga I stole. Yeah, I'm a grimy, dirty Bronx nigga. I saw that shit. I was like, oh, this nigga embarrassed me. It made me feel bad. Let me get that.
That's the most grimiest, filthiest place. Like you say, I'm from the Bronx, nigga. We grimy. That's the most grimiest, filthiest place in New York. That's the Bronx.
Damn.
No,
just accent?
No.
Because some people say Brooklyn is.
No. Brooklyn is beautiful, man.
They say Brooklyn is like nothing but robbers, jackers, like
that's
that type
back
of
in the
shit.
days.
The
Brooklyn is
ratchet, real, yes.
Nah, Brooklyn is listen, man. Like any place in the world, you gonna find a spot that you shouldn't be in, or it could get crazy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So of course Brooklyn got its places
Not like the
where
Bronx.
you shouldn't be in, but Brooklyn is safer to be in the Bronx right now, if you ask me.
Right.
Not the wrong parts of Brooklyn. Listen, I got my aunt is from Brownsville, Brooklyn. My mother and father, my mother's from Harlem. My father's from the Bronx.
Oh, you got a mixture.
Yeah, so we all come from the South. Well, y'all don't call it the South. Y'all all the way South, New Orleans. But we call South Carolina, North Carolina, Virginia, we call that shit South to us in New York.
Yeah.
So my family is from, both my parents' roots are from Virginia. They moved to New York. My mother was born in Virginia, raised in Harlem. My father was born in Virginia, raised in the Bronx. So his sisters, born in Virginia, raised in Brooklyn. Some, or not all of them, but some, we got family. So New York is spread out with family. And with Brooklyn, my father would never go to Brooklyn and the Bronx. Never saw eye to eye. We always clashed. Just so y'all not privy to that information.
Yeah.
Brooklyn and the Bronx never really clicked.
So how it was?
Only when you out of town. You from New York, but in New York,
right?
Yeah, we got
Harlem
enemies.
niggas is Harlem, Brooklyn is Brooklyn, Bronx is Bronx. Where you from? The Bronx.
Right.
Brooklyn, you know what I mean? So yeah.
MEANA was saying like he said Brooklyn
is
and
more.
I'm saying
Bronx is still grimy.
And I'm saying the Bronx. So at the time that you was jammed up with Big Pun and Fat Joe, how the Bronx was at that
Grime.
time.
Bronx was grimy. 70s grimy, 80s grimy. Still grimy. It's coming up. It's coming up, but it's still, if somebody moved to New York, yeah, I could see them being in Brooklyn, Manhattan, damn, man, Raekwon, Wu-Tang, don't be mad at me. I think Staten Island, man. Fuck that. I'm not taking that L. Staten Island is the grimy spot. Nah, fuck that. I can't give it to. No, but the Bronx, the Bronx is, man. We making a bad name for ourselves. Still crazy right now.
I hear you speaking all these names, but I never heard you speak really Harlem. Like
My mother's from Harlem.
Harlem remind me of. I'm an uptown nigga.
Yeah.
Harlem remind me of uptown niggas. The way they get down, the way they Diddy bop, the way they move.
Yeah.
I would associate them with as being like a dude from uptown. That's our kind of attitude. They really arrogant and kind of like I'm on my shit. How you look at Harlem?
What's crazy is Harlem and the Bronx is right next to each other. So, with that being said, yeah, Harlem was fly. My mother, no matter how long my mother lived in the Bronx, I gotta keep reiterating. She just passed away, so
Rest in peace.
My condolences.
I gotta keep reiterating. My mother would never accept the Bronx, even though she lived in the Bronx for 50 years, and she would never accept being from the Bronx. She was raised in Harlem, and Harlem is her. So, all my friends niggas in Harlem was fly. My cousins is in Harlem. My mother's sisters, they lived in Harlem. So, Harlem is a different type of. People don't give credit. Not just in New York, just worldwide. Harlem dictated the fly.
Trendsetters.
They dictate. Nah.
I would say trendsetters. They fly. Like what you say.
They trendsetters, but the Bronx. If it wasn't for the Bronx, I need y'all to finish.
There wouldn't be no hip hop.
Come on. Wouldn't be no hip hop. The bridge.
I'm just fucking with you. Nah, Harlem was fly, man. Harlem was fly.
I finished it right.
Yo,
I finished
listen.
it right though.
Even you. Well, if it wasn't for the Bronx, this rap shit probably you was in the ballpark. But Harlem is the place that we all went. To me, it's the Mecca of New York. I call Harlem the Mecca of New York in terms of we all pulled up to Rutgers. Right. We all went to 145. All the fly girls was in Harlem. So, and they set the trend on. They was fresh. A nigga in Harlem could have no lights on his house.
That's all I was saying.
And be outside and be fresh to death, and you be like, this nigga getting it.
Peter, that's
Meanwhile, this nigga.
That's all I was saying.
Meanwhile, this nigga got a loaf of bread on the counter with a mouse running through it. Harlem is a different type of fly, man. They fly. I can't get them that.
All right, that's all I was saying. Bro.
Yeah,
if
you wanted somebody to do, you know what I mean? If you wanted,
I was just saying.
If you want to know where hip hop started, breakdancing. If you want to know how they got fly, yeah, you gotta come to the Bronx.
They're gonna be mad with you about that.
Yeah, nah, man, they came to Jew, man. Come on, man, y'all came to Jew, man. Don't front. They know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
If you say Jew, man, to Harlem niggas, they know what I'm talking about.
So you know more than we.
Yeah, I'm from the Bronx, born and raised, and I'm so Bronx that you will never get me to say nothing over the Bronx. It never happened.
You're not supposed to.
It never happened. Because I feel like at the end of the day, yeah, we lit a light that allowed everybody to set trends for other shit. A light came on in the Bronx that made billions and billions of dollars. That's gonna turn into zillions by the time I'm dead. It started in the Bronx.
Hip hop.
So yeah,
hip hop itself.
So we put the pedals through there for y'all niggas to get fresh.
I appreciate it.
So y'all get the credit to be fresh, but bring that shit back to the Bronx where we put the pedals through up for you to go get fresh. We built the stage for y'all niggas to get the light to be the fresh niggas.
And like the people that we talk about, there's somebody right now like Fat Joe, Pun, Mariah Carey, like how the world look at them, even Shaq. What at the time that you was running with all these people, was they the stars that they is right now?
On their way.
Like I know you did the joke with Mariah Carey for sure.
Yeah. I had nothing to do with none of them being who they are, of course. I'm going to put that disclaimer out there right now. But they were all on their way to be who they are. 100%. And I don't take credit for it. I just take credit for the Bronx. Again, if the Bronx said, I got to keep saying this. I know y'all are going to be like, this nigga is...
Nah, talking shit.
He Bronxed out.
Yeah, no. We just set a light off in the Bronx in some very disgusting conditions. A burned down borough with nothing going on.
And made something
and we started something that the
Changed
whole
the world.
world
Changed
is,
the world.
yeah. So I don't ever want to just. I don't want that to ever be forgotten.
Peter, do you feel like you get the credit, that you deserve as the person that you are? Do you think you get the proper credit
100%.
of the person that you are?
And the love.
Yeah. Compared to how I do it is I don't go off of. I know what I'm supposed to. So if you ever, let me tell you something. This is advice to you and everybody listening. Don't worry about that. You know who you are,
right?
And the ones around you know what you. If I told y'all half the things that I did, it would sound like, oh, this nigga just want credit for everything, or he just want.
Right.
You gotta go. I know who the fuck I am, and that's all that matters. When you find that space, because I was in that space for a minute. When Love and Hip Hop came out, people was shitting all over me and this and that because I was looking crazy.
You think?
Yeah.
I thought it was player, bro.
Yeah,
Facts.
I thought it was player. I said that motherfucker player. I thought your game was player,
it's
bro.
player till it's your daughter or your sister or somebody.
Well,
He was the head of the creep squad.
I would.
The creep squad.
Nah, that's so. No, what I'm trying to say is, it might. I get it.
Nah, I get you.
But when it's if your daughter was on the show and the nigga was doing what Peter Gunz was doing to your daughter, it wouldn't be player no more. It'd be crazy. So I had to find peace with that.
Right.
So I'm arguing with everybody on the fucking comments and everything, and people shitting on me on blogs. And then somebody sat me down and said, if that was your daughter, wouldn't you think like that person and that person, what they saying and this and that? I mean, you got some clowns that's going to comment bullshit anyway. But for the most part, Pete, so you got people that, for instance, let me give you this one. Tara. Me and her father was cool. After I come on the show doing that to his daughter, he don't even speak to me.
Wow.
And people be like, yo, he's mad at you, but whatever. And I go, well, why would he be mad at me? That's his daughter. He going through his shit on TV. So you have to grow up and be like, God damn, you know what? And they really don't know who you are. They're seeing 10, 15 minutes of you on TV of all fuckery.
Right.
The show is only going to show the fuckery. They're not going to show the other side of you. They don't have time for that. It's a business. So they're going to show all the bullshit, and then that's what people know you from. So I stopped getting mad because that's what they know me from, one. And two, if that was your kid and that's all you saw, what would you think? You know what I mean?
But like ain't it's a nigga choice of whoever to present that to the TV, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
Right?
100%.
And also, how could something be 100% organically real when I know like somebody got the camera on me? So is that?
That's because you a smart motherfucker. So when I would get people would go, Gunz is stupid. He put that on. Ain't that really like literally like common sense? That the only reason that's on TV because I agreed to it.
Right.
So both women are gonna see that. So I used to get that all the time. Like, yo, my man, you was. So people have to realize they watch TV.
Peter.
Now,
Right.
my storyline, hold on. With that being said, because I get a lot of people going, yo, the story be looking fake and this and that. I agree with y'all. A lot of people's stories is fake. Mine wasn't. They added some bullshit, a couple of
Facts.
10% of TV. 10, I would give them 10, 15% of some TV shit that I was mad at that shouldn't have did. But for the most part, what you saw is what it was with my storyline. I can't speak for nobody else's storyline. I used to look at the shit like it was crazy too.
My question is this. Was it real love? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, meaning like, because you cried, you did some shit on
Damn,
TV.
you ain't have to bring that up.
I'm just saying you cried. I seen it. I was
Nah,
like,
man, I had some in my.
I didn't know if it was
my allergies. It was my allergies.
I didn't know if he was a good actor or not, but I was like, but with Tyra, I got my wife named Tyra, so she told me to ask you this. She was like, I'm with the Tyra thing.
Shout out to Tyra. How you doing, sis? How you doing, guys?
She was like, so I'm asking this question because she told me to ask you this question. She said, you interviewing Peter Gunz? Ask him, did he really have genuine love for Tyra?
100%. I still love Tyra to death. 100%. That was, you couldn't fake that. I'm not a dude that's gonna get on.
I thought it was real.
They was asking me to take my shades off because they saw the tears, and I'm like, this ain't TV, my nigga. Like, So no, 100%. I was caught up between two women for two different reasons. And what would get me mad is that I felt like most people could be, even women, not just men, could relate to being attracted to another person. It's human.
Right. It's
you know
human.
what I mean?
Right. But what you
Tara got the worst of it. So if there was, so here's the deal. There's 3 things in my life. I ain't gonna name all 3 that I have the biggest regrets in my life of that I gotta die with. And one of them is marrying MEANA, and Tara didn't know about it, and that shit coming out on TV without her knowing about it. When y'all saw Tara find out I was married,
it was real.
1,000% on the life of my mother. My mother is gone. On my kid, all my kids.
Real talk.
So she's been nothing but good to me. And she asked me, "Is there anything that's gonna come out on the show that's gonna shock me that I should know about?" And I looked at her and I said no. And I'm gonna die with that. I will always regret not just telling her the truth. Like, look, man, I did this, and that shit's gonna follow me. The other side of that is when I made it. And money started coming in, I got myself straight before I took care of my mom and my dad. I got out the hood and bought me a crib, and then I went back. And I should have bought my father a car first, my mom. Those are things that, these are personal things I'm sharing with you.
I get
that
it.
I gotta die with, because I wanted to get out the hood so bad that I was just like, I'm gonna get a crib over here, apartment over here, and I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna come back and get y'all. And they wasn't stressing; they was just happy for me, but still, giving them money wasn't enough. I was supposed to get them out first. And those are things that, so to put Tara in that category just goes to show you how real that was. Those are the things in life that I'm gonna die with. They say don't die with no regrets.
That's real talk. Right?
I'm dying with those.
Nah, I get that. So I want kind of ask the same question with MEANA said about MEANA. Or was that just for TV, about the real love?
MEANA was innocent in this as well. MEANA was the one that was like, yo, let's just tell Tara we married. She was trying to tell me that let's just tell her we married and we just doing the show and this and that. Because, look, ultimately, I want the world to know. I was on my ass, flat broke. So I felt like we could do the show. MEANA could show her talent and singing and she could pop. Tara could show her acting skills. She's beautiful. She could pop. I could show what I do and get this money and take care of my kids. And it should just spiral a different way. And then when you get caught up and you're like, oh, it's working, fuck it. We'll see what happens. But big kids come involved and all type of shit come involved. And it's, it becomes a thing.
I see where you at with it.
Yeah, but it also becomes a thing where it's no excuse. You're a grown man. You knew what you was doing, but you will never be able to explain. Anybody could say that. But when 3 million people a week are watching you,
right,
and you doing shit, it becomes something that spirals out of control that you have no control, especially if you don't have control of the editing. So when you do it right now, you guys can go back and say, yo, we want to take this shit out with Gunz that we talked about. In Love and Hip Hop, if you're not an executive producer,
can't do that.
You got to fall on the sword. And shout out to Mona Scott, and shout out to Eastern and some of the people, because there was things that I did on the show that I went back and told them, could y'all take that out? Because my story is real, and I'll say shit from the heart, and it can make me look even crazier than I already look, and they took it out. So I can't shit all the way on the show. But they didn't make me do it, by the way.
They didn't make you do it, but it also, like the cats know, like, we need juicy shit, right? Like, we need you to turn up some type of way for us.
Well, in Love and Hip Hop, here's the deal. I was living in New Orleans. Y'all know that, right? They wanted to do Love and Hip Hop New Orleans.
You was bringing it to us.
I was trying to bring it out here.
Yeah,
right,
you
told me that yesterday.
But these niggas...
Yeah, you had us in the mix.
Yesterday.
I told him
I was bringing it out here. So, but what happened was, somebody came to cast for the show and was like, yo, I'm telling y'all now, I'll shoot everything. Cameramen and everything if y'all play with me. And that scared them the fuck out of New Orleans, because whoever that was, they was like, we can't do that or it'll be bad. But either way, the show don't want, where people get misconstrued, the show don't want that.
Right.
They don't mind the girls throwing drinks and having their little spats. They don't want no situation where no dudes they would actually sit ceramic and knives on the plate because they thought guys could be cordial. Right. And we still getting the shit. And the whole plastic. When you watching the show, that's all plastic. And there's no ceramic, no metal, nothing. Because niggas started bugging out. So they really don't really want that. They want a little spice to hype the show. Yo, bro, it's a business. You can't be mad at
Right,
them.
right. I feel you.
There was things that they did that I'm to this day like, man, what the fuck was that about?
Rich really your mans?
That's my brother.
I fuck with Rich hard, dog.
Rich is my guy.
I
Rich,
like that nigga
he
Rich,
crazy.
dog.
Fuck Rich. Crazy.
I like that nigga Rich, dog.
Yeah.
Dollars is crazy.
Rich Dollars,
Cisco's
yeah.
my
I like
man.
that
Self
nigga
is my man.
Rich.
When you see me with people, shout out to Mendices. Those my
Mendices,
dudes.
Fuck with
right.
Matt DC. Fuck with Matt
Those
DC.
I fuck with
So
Mendices.
these are people that I would talk to off camera.
Right.
They ain't gotta be filming. I fuck with them. You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. This ain't not for me. You got a lot of TV people that's TV friends. Those are my friends. I call and ask questions or even with Mendices, I call him like, yo, nigga, I'm trying to get in the mix. What's good? You know, he'll figure something out. So they's all my brother, and Rich is just that's my little crazy ass brother, but he crazy.
Right.
Peter,
I fuck with Rich.
how hard was the backlash of like, you know, the reputation of what you was building, the way you was doing it? I understood you just broke down why you did it, but how hard was the backlash of like people just at you at your top, like, you know, how you live with that? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was insane, bro.
How you felt?
I didn't feel nothing. Here's the fucking crazy shit.
Wow.
It's my kids and my family that felt it, and which made me feel it.
Okay, because you felt it through them.
In terms, I'm like, man, fuck y'all. Because a lot of people that throw stones at you got their own shit.
Yeah, they
That's
deal
a
with their
fact.
problems.
You know, a chick. Listen, man, I had a chick.
Probably worse.
I had somebody that I knew that was going crazy on me, and I knew they whole shit. Somebody I grew up with.
Right.
And I said, yo, love, do you really want me to expose you? She apologized. Because you got your own shit. You know what I mean? You can't throw judgment. But this is the problem. Your kids got to go to school, and their friends are like, yo, your father. My sister got to go to work. So my sister used to call me every Tuesday after the Monday and be like, my
Every time the
nigga,
episode come on.
what the fuck are you doing? Because our whole job is getting on her.
Yeah.
So it be I never factored in the effect of my family and my friends. Because I got friends that was doing some, say one more thing about my man, I'm punching your fucking face. Or in jail.
Right.
Or my daughter in Applebee's, I don't want to get in no trouble, but she got into a fight in Applebee's because somebody said something about me. And I never factored that in. You know, the shit, everything you do affects your family, and you just never looked at it that way.
Nah, real shit.
You just seem heartless, like to a level. You just felt like I'm just doing me, and I just don't care how anybody else feel or whatever. I'm just doing me as a man, as the man that I am, and that's how it came across on camera.
Okay.
But when I saw the tears, I was like, no, he got feelings.
Yeah, no, it was never like that with them. It was just so listen, man. I grew up in a neighborhood where my father had extracurricular activity on my mother.
Right.
Doing him. My friend's father. The niggas I looked
You
up
just
to.
saw it.
The niggas I looked up to had money and broads.
Yeah, you saw
You
it.
always looked up to the guy that had the bread and girls. He had multiple girls. Oh, you saw him with this shorty yesterday? That was what I grew up on. You was the man.
Right.
So when you grow up like that and you see that, that's what you think is cool. And no matter what age you get, you know what I mean? And the difference is you get older and you don't act on it. You got a family and kids now, you can't do that.
Right.
I just never reached that plateau ever in my life. I was always, fuck, I see something, I want that, I need that, I got to have
I
it.
gotta have it, right?
Yeah, but that's not, I don't want to, listen, man, you put yourself in a situation where you always behind the ball a little bit because you become, I got 10 kids, 5 grandkids.
Damn.
That nigga said, damn.
Nigga that Kevin Hart on that boy.
Listen, Peter, you ever looked at yourself on TV and just felt like, wow, damn.
All the time.
Yeah.
All the time. When
that-
people send me clips from Love and Hip Hop, I don't smile at that. I'm embarrassed by it.
Wow.
I'm not proud of that, bro. I don't
That's
want
crazy.
nobody to think I'm proud of it because at the time, I did get a fuck y'all attitude. And what? I did do that, but that on account of that one day, and I'm gonna say this to y'all with all gratitude. One day my sons and my daughters that was born and on the show during that time are going to see this as adults.
Right.
And the same thing that the world is judging me from, they're gonna go, how could you have done that to my mother on TV?
Damn,
So it's not the people.
I ain't look at it from
it's
that
not that
perspective.
people behind the camera or the people in the world. That's my worry. Is trying to tell them to try to show them what I was going through mentally and what was going on at the time, and you know I was being a dickhead, an idiot. Is for them, because I already got one kid that was on the show from Tara. That's like, I wish you never had done that show with my mother.
Wow.
And he was a baby when the show was on. And now he looks at me and goes, I wish you wouldn't have done the show. So my daughters with MEANA, they're going to reach an age, and they're going to be like, how could you have done that to mommy on TV?
Right.
That's my fear. Not the average everyday motherfucker that got their own shit. It's my own kids that I have to answer to. That's my nightmare.
Did that some of that the ways that a nigga was acting I didn't mind because it was reality and shit, they offered me that bag, so.
Well, the bag wasn't it. At some point I got rebellious. Fuck y'all. Yeah, I love her for this, I love her for that, and that's what it is. Deal with it. And a lot of niggas got their side shit going on, but I was just on TV.
Yeah,
so I was going off that.
It's just when you see it, it don't
Even
play
when
out
people,
right.
even when people I respected would come and talk to me, I'm like, nigga, you cheating on your wife? Get the fuck out of my face.
Right, but it's not public.
Right. So,
not
but they were like,
public.
but Pete, you on TV. So
Right.
that part of it would be, that's where they would win the argument at. But again, I'm not proud of it.
It changed you enough.
That's
It
real,
changed you
bro.
enough to go on pop other niggas.
Huh?
It changed you enough to go pop other niggas.
What you mean?
Cheaters. It changed you enough to want to go pop other niggas.
Cause I saw somebody arguing at you. Not you. You can't come. You can't be the one to fuck my
That's
shit
all
up.
I'm asking. Did
Not
that shit
you.
change a nigga enough to like, man, I'm about to pop all these niggas.
Nah, cheaters. When cheaters came, I was like, yeah, nigga. The answer to your question is yeah. It's your turn, nigga.
Wow.
Your turn. I'm snitching.
All right.
I'm snitching.
Let's
See
take it.
something, say something. Fuck it, I said it.
Let's take it back a little bit. Let's take it back a little bit.
No, I love it. That was yeah.
Let's take it back a little bit. So Peter, when
Cheaters
Cheaters came and was offered to you, what was you thinking? You want me to be the host of Cheaters? Like me, Creep Squad, me? You want me to be the host of Cheaters?
I understood.
You understood?
It's a game.
He know all the lies. He know all the tricks. He know all the trades. And yeah, so that was it. So all jokes aside, my manager at the time, he's still my manager. Shout out to Ken Hamilton.
Shout out.
Clark Gable, the last host of Cheaters, died
That's the guy that
at
got
31
stabbed?
years. No, that's Joey Glecko.
Okay.
Right after him was Clark Gable. Nice looking kid, died. I don't know, you know what happened. He died 31 years old, baby.
Wow.
So he saw that and they was looking for a new host, so he put my name in the pot. And I guess, you know, Bobby Goldstein, the CEO of Cheaters, he took that to the office and they all went crazy. And he was like, yo, you want to come down and let's talk about it? I'll talk. Gave me the job. I hosted Cheaters. It was dope because they let me be me. I said, I can't be Greco. I can't be Gable or Tommy Abid. I got to do
The way I'm
from
gonna
a
do
black perspective. I'm a black guy. I got to be black. So he said, do you. There's only two things. You got to use your real name, Peter Corey Penke, and you got to do the green screen the way we write it. Otherwise, when you bust them, do you. And shout out to Bobby Goldstein for letting me do me. So I'm the first black host of Cheaters, and
Right.
the shit went crazy. So
It
when I
did.
went into after the shit went crazy, I took shorts for the first season. So after the shit went crazy, I went into his office and said, yo, nigga, you see these ratings? And he said, sit down, Gunz. We lost several continents. What you mean you lost several continents? Because we hired a black host.
Wow.
God damn.
Damn.
I said, we still in that world? He was like, yeah.
Right.
So you popping in the U.S. and in certain places, but we lost a couple continents because we hired a black host. They felt like I should have been on the show. But I was hot in jail and hot in the streets in the U.S. And that goes to show you the difference in what we know about the world. And around the world, they wasn't ready for a black host.
Right,
I
right.
thought
Even
you
though
did-
I'm light
I thought
skinned,
you
you know
did
what I'm
I thought you did a damn good job, bro. You know?
Listen, but what's the mind frame that you in going pop another nigga, and at the moment when you pop him, is you laughing, bro? Is the shit funny to you, or like what's that moment?
Yeah, because
You laughing?
I'm that nigga. I'm him. Oh, shit.
Bro,
Yo,
you
listen,
fucked up.
here's the truth. What people don't know. I would be after the show having drinks with these niggas. I'm that dude. Like, bro, come on, link up, man. Let's go get a drink, man. You know, some of the people or what are you talking about? You know what I mean? Like, honestly speaking, some of them, you know, they'll be saying some shit. I'll be like, my man, just shut the fuck up in my head. Because I'm playing double agent.
Right.
I'm busting you, but all right, there was a couple times, episodes y'all went. There's a few episodes that the world will never see.
It never aired it?
Yeah, because, damn, they may not bring me back after I say this, but I'm going to say it. I felt like a lot of the episodes was a lot of black people getting busted, man.
Wow.
And I felt like they was acting a little ignorant.
The people?
Yeah, there was a guy that was on there saying some girl pussy stink.
Wow.
And she was uncomfortable with it. And I'll talk to dude and I say, yo, bro, you need to stop saying that. She's uncomfortable with it. And she came to me, she was like, yo, I don't want my kids and or her kid or her family to ever see him saying this to me because that's not true. So I went to him and said, could you stop saying that? He wouldn't stop. Me and the nigga get into it. We get into a little scuffle.
Right.
And I told the show, don't never show that. Shout out to my man Vince. They made sure that episode never came in. Dude sued the show.
The dude himself?
Yeah, he sued the show because me and him got into it.
He
threw first. He tried to make the first move, but hell no. Shout out to Bobby Goldstein. He made sure the contracts are so tight. You could go on that show and die and not get no money. That's how tight those
Word to
contracts
mother B.
However, he still sued, and that was that's one of 2 or 3 episodes that never aired because of me going, man, we need to get some other people on here. You know, we're not the only ones cheating and fucking around.
So it's not real, you saying?
No, that's not true.
No.
I didn't say that.
No. I was saying, taking it there. So I might ask you this. So tell me how do it go? I get my phone and call Cheaters and I set it up from there.
Right.
Real deal.
So here's me being honest with you, and this is only know how to be real. And the show gonna be mad at me. This only know how to be real. I only know if you faking once we start shooting.
Huh?
You only know
I will only know if you faking once we start shooting. There's a few. The show is real, but once we start shooting, I could see. Oh, they faking. I come in
because some people call the fake just to get on the show. They faking.
I come right. So I come in.
Not you, but the show. The people faking.
That's what I feel. I don't know that for a fact.
Yeah,
allegedly,
that's how you feel. Allegedly.
But I could tell when it's real and when it's not. Sometime. But for the most part, my man, what you see is what it is. I'm telling y'all, niggas had guns on them, and I go to the dude and be like, yo, he got a gun on him. You gotta get that off him. I'm not comfortable with his man with a gun on him when I'm about to bust this nigga over here with this bullshit. Right. So, to me, the real is there, but there's sometimes I'll be like, yeah, these niggas know what it is.
I saw you get in a scuffle.
Yeah.
That was so. Yeah. That's how it went.
Yeah, you keep poking the bear too much. Yo, look at your girl.
I
she
saw
over
you
here.
losing it. I saw you lose it.
Because in my rider, they gotta have a sauce in the trailer, and by the time we start filming, this brown sauce right here, they already kicked in, and I'm poking the bear, and niggas get tight. So, yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah, I saw that. I thought you had the greatest ratings, bro. I was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying?
Thank
like, it's up. Like, you made me more in tune with Cheaters. I saw it here and there with the other people, but I wasn't missing the episode when you came in part.
Do you have an attitude like, I can't wait to tell this nigga? Can't wait to tell this nigga and show this nigga the footage of this bitch.
Sometime. I'm a messy ass nigga, man.
That's wait till this nigga sees this.
I ain't gonna. I'm human. We love to be like, oh shit. It's a human nature to see a nigga face when he find out it ain't what he thought it was, or a chick when she ain't what he thought it was. Because I lived on that. I've had women look in my face and tell me things that, yo, if my man ever did this to me and he know better, Meanwhile, this is my man, and I'm watching this nigga be worse than me.
Right.
And I gotta live with that. I watch my friends tell their girls, I'm with Peter, and their girls getting mad, not knowing this nigga's worse than me. That's what I live with. I want y'all to take this before we leave. I was caught up in a musician woman that I thought was super talented, her voice was dope, and we was making music. And then over here, a beautiful mother, a beautiful actor, a beautiful woman that I love to this day. I was caught up between those two. Yet people got me in a world that's this player that was just juggling a bunch of women. I was caught up in between two women, and if anybody watched the show can understand how you could be caught up in those two women.
Oh, for sure.
Yet, I got friends that go to DR and fuck prostitutes.
Right.
But I'm worse than them.
You saw somebody on the show, like, you be like, man, I ain't fucking with this nigga. Like, how you call it down?
I got people that watch Love and Hip Hop. I need y'all to watch it all of those times. I need y'all to go reevaluate every nigga on every city and apologize to me.
Right.
I was caught up in between two beautiful women. Now go look what them niggas did.
But outside of
when you
your
was caught
story.
up in the mix, because what happened was my storyline was so grasping and so
It was.
that y'all got caught up in Tara and Amina and y'all felt sorry for them.
Right.
But I need y'all to really go,
exactly
because
what
you have
happened.
to use your human feelings and see how he could get caught between these two women. But
I
then
get
go
that,
look,
brother.
go look at the niggas y'all told me. I would be standing next to some of these niggas on the show, and they'll be like, "Get away from Peter, he's disgusting." Now go look at them niggas and what they did when you go look at their history and their show and reevaluate what you said. Because that's used to bother me. I'd be like, oh, he's good, but I'm not.
Right.
But I'm never one to throw names out there, do that, because those are my mans.
Right.
But I used to get offended when they said, get away from Peter, he's disgusting. I'm just,
They made you the worst.
yeah.
They did
They
make you
didn't
the
make
worst.
me.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I made me the worst. But if you really evaluated it,
I wasn't. I just was caught up between two women only.
and dope women, and y'all, that's all y'all can see is these girls are beautiful. Why can't you just pick one and
Pick
be
one,
with it?
right? That's where I was.
But if
at.
you really just looked at it and evaluated it, then you would be in the same position I'm in terms of like, what the fuck did I do?
It just played out on TV, brother, and that's how we viewed it. It was like two beautiful women, pick one, and it played out on TV.
Easier said than done.
And so people liked it, people for their personality or whatever, and they made judgment off of that.
When
But
they go
I get
team,
it.
here's I'm gonna leave y'all with this. You had Team Amina, Team Tara, which
You're
was
right.
fucked up for me.
Right.
Because when I go to people, I'm Team Amina. I'm like, oh shit, I didn't make a whole thing of this. The other thing, which was worse than that, was being in the streets and kids and guys walk up to me like, yo, you got them two bitches. My kids' mothers.
That's your kids.
Mothers of my
both
kids.
Of them, both
yo,
of them.
my man, I want to be like you. I want to have two bitches like you. That's when you have to go and reevaluate
Real talk.
what the fuck you doing, my man. Like, is that what you... Because people are literally... Kids are seeing this. People in the streets are seeing this. And then, and I'll say this, with all due respect to Amina, I feel like a lot of niggas seen me treat her a certain way. And she hooked up with niggas that seen me treat her a certain way. And they playing with her like that.
Off of
Damn.
how they think you was.
Yeah. So I feel like I set the table for niggas to
Disrespect her a certain way that,
so
that,
when
that she
when I get mad at that, I gotta take responsibility for that. You niggas seeing you be disrespectful, so they feel like they could be disrespectful on the radio, in the streets, or niggas just arbitrary niggas could be disrespectful, and I gotta take blame for that. When I get mad at her, like, why you fucking with this clown?
The difference
because
is
I put
the
nigga
difference
on
is that
pedestal.
it's your baby mothers. Like
Right.
they have kids for you, so it's
the
a
difference is I love her.
Yeah, right, real talk.
Friend, family, that's what she is to me. Not as nothing else, but I love her. And to this day, if it came down to if I had to die for her to be allowed to take care of my daughters, that's what I'm gonna do. Ain't no other nigga doing that. And that's not me saying that she shouldn't be with somebody because they wouldn't die for her. That's just me saying this nigga is. I have Mina's boyfriends be trying to start shit with me, trying to get on Love and Hip Hop, and I ain't been on Love and Hip Hop since Vietnam. Nigga, what you trying to do right now?
Right.
So you have niggas trying to start, be beefing with you to be on Clubhouse or fucking
Yeah, they're trying to get some
blogs
clout.
and
They're
shit.
trying to get some clout off it, bro.
But I see that like you and Corey like jam. I saw y'all on Wildin' Out and shit. Like y'all got a good relationship.
That's
so
my son, man.
So
That's
how Corey is, brother?
That's my firstborn.
First.
Peter Corey, Panky Jr. He just had a son. That's P3.
Look at that. Watch. Look at
Blast,
that. Turn
blast
right
that
on.
off, yeah.
You good? You good?
What I do?
You
Go
good?
ahead,
You good?
turn
You
right
good?
on.
You
You good.
knocked it
Oh,
off.
no, nigga, termite ain't nothing. Nigga. I grew up with rats in the Bronx.
In the
Termite
Bronx.
ain't
They
shit.
said it the grimy. Yeah.
Nah, Corey, shout out to Corey Gunz. That's
Shout
my
out to
son.
Corey,
Yeah,
man.
that's my heart. We grew up like brothers.
Super talented.
Grew up like brothers. That's my heart. Just talked to him. He out in LA with Wayne. They didn't want to come to the Super Bowl. I don't know why. I ain't gonna make no accusations. They ain't here.
Right.
But nah, they out in LA working. So shout out to Wayne, Young Money, Cash Money, all of them. Yeah. See, Corey is different from me. He an introvert.
Yeah,
He ain't-
introvert.
Very, very introverted.
I wouldn't even see that in
when
his
you rap.
skill level.
When you rap.
In his skill
when
level,
he rap,
it don't
but
even show that.
He don't want to be on no TV and no blogs and nothing. And that's my kids. And that's another thing, Corey's at the height of his career and his father's on Love and Hip Hop and he got to answer questions about my shit. That's another thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? All those things come and make you go second guess your decisions, but it is what it is. You can't change it,
Super Bowl weekend, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You definitely want Philly to win, huh?
Super Bowl weekend, brother.
Yeah. Saquon Barkley's from the Bronx.
Oh yeah.
Here's a fun fact.
And tell me a little.
Y'all
after
ready
that,
for a
tell
fun
me
fact?
big
No,
pun- a big pun story.
I'm getting ready to give you. We're gonna give you a pun story, but I'm gonna give y'all a fun fact here. This is a funny, fun fact because we Super Bowl, right?
Right.
I'm in Jersey at an event, and they're like, "Gunz, Saquon Barkley wants to talk to you." So I go, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah." So I go back to talk to Saquon. Saquon go, "Oh man, Gunz, Uncle Gunz, you from the Bronx?" And he from the Bronx. He played at Cardinal Hayes High School and all that. So he's like, "My mom is your son Corey Gunz' godmother."
What?
I said, "I know you're from the Bronx, but make this make sense. His mother's name is Tracy, right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, my mother and Tracy is best friends. And Tracy asked her to be Corey's godmother. And we've been trying to trace y'all down for a long time. So I trade numbers with him. FaceTime Corey. Of course, Corey don't answer. He FaceTime his mom. We have a long conversation. "Peter, how's Tracy doing?" Which is Corey's mom. Corey's mom's, we grew up under some kind, she grew up under different circumstances. She wasn't, things was a little rough. So me and my mother kind of raised Corey from a certain time.
Right.
So I guess at the time when she, when Corey was born, this was her friend. So I said, "Oh, Tracy, I'll reach out to her. I haven't spoken to her." Because me and my mom's kind of raised Tracy. She was like, "Please give Corey my number." And Saquon was like, "Give him Corey my number. That's my god brother." I didn't know it. And of
Wow,
course,
that's
that's
crazy.
just a full circle. So I have with that being said, I have a underlying allegiance to the Eagles, even though
That's
I'm a
what I'm
Jets
saying.
fan.
I just say he going for the Eagles.
Yeah,
Like, you want the Eagles to
but
win the Super Bowl.
Saquon's from the Bronx. His mom's from the Bronx. Shout out to the whole family in the Bronx, man. That was interesting, man. Like that, it's a small world. That that his mother was like, "Yo, I have never seen him since he was a baby, but his mother asked me to be the godmother," and I thought that was crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
From flying out there back then on a plane to go see Shaq to just linking up with Shaq before you came here. How them conversations still be, man, with Shaq? We fuck with Shaq.
Oh, that's my brother. We shooting a show in New York called Graves Inn. It's on Prime. It's a mob series, so we shoot our last 2 scenes at the end of this month, me and Shaq, and it's been a blast. That's my little big brother.
Right.
A little bit,
Yeah,
but
yeah. Shaq.
Real tough.
Shaq. When I was, when I first started messing with Shaq in '97, he came to see my mother in the Bronx. Came to her house and seen her, and it was like, "Yo, your mother can't live here, bro," and bought my mother a house.
Shaq?
Yeah.
Big salute.
That's
So-
big. Rich friends. Get you some rich friends.
Nah, but the point of the matter, and my mother never stayed there. She still stayed in the Bronx. But with that being said, it's one of those things where you just, if you ever hear a nigga say something bad about Shaq or anything bad, like there's nothing I ever went to him for. There's never an opportunity that presented itself that he ain't trying to help me get into position.
Right.
And you got to remember, he got kids, he got family, he got friends before me, he got cousins, people he grew up with, and and he still keeps me in mind. So that's my big brother. I think that he likes that. I try to figure it out myself, and that's what I advise everybody. Stand on your own, try to figure your shit out. Don't overcompensate your friends that made it just because they made it. Just try to figure it out yourself, man.
Right. From all the shit that you said, from when you was like, man, fuck them, when we were talking about the industry shit, to the love and hip hop shit, to the cheetah shit, like, what you want people to know, man, about you? You know what I'm saying? That people don't know.
That I'm a musician. That I'm a real person. That I'm approachable. I'm not a Hollywood guy. What you saw on TV is 5-10 minutes of something that somebody edited together.
Right, you're a real dude.
I'm all the way down to earth. I'm human. I hurt. I cry. I'm not what you think I am. Get to know me before you judge me, and if I went down in the books, I want to go down as a musician, not as a reality TV star or nothing else. I'm a musician. I play drums from a child. I play guitar. I play bass. I dibble and dabble on all instruments. I'm not a master of none, but if I already told my family, put musician on my tombstone, so that's just go down as a musician and a real human. I'm like you. I'm flawed.
Right.
I'm flawed, but
I'm me.
I'm human. And I love women, man. Listen, man, I stopped drinking a month on, a month off. I don't eat animals at all. But the women has been a hard thing to quit. God damn. But I'm doing better, man. I love you, man. I love you. I love you all, man. I love everybody. Brother. I love humanity. I love us. And we need to love us at a time like this, so that's it.
What was the biggest moment for you when you realized what happened when you be like, man, I'm Peter Gunz?
And it means something.
Before the record?
Damn, man. Let me. I want to say I was supposed to do something in my neighborhood on 174th Street. And I was calling them and telling them I couldn't make it. And the disappointment, because the mayor was coming, all these politicians and different celebrities was coming, and my neighborhood felt like that means nothing if you don't come.
Right.
And that right there was like...
solidified.
Yeah. I was almost... I felt like I went from feeling like I didn't belong there, because it was a lot of politicians, a lot of people that did it the right way, and I was famous for loving hip-hop. At that time, I was hot on loving hip-hop, and I knew that they all wanted to see me because of that. But it was because the powers that be said, nah, you show hope to the people in your neighborhood that, you
can become somebody.
Yeah, you could change it. Right. And Minister Farrakhan, I met him at the State Building. And he said, you got back out there because of this now. What you gonna do to change that and flip that? And Minister Farrakhan is absolutely my favorite person that ever walked this life outside of my mother and father. Wow. In terms of inspiration and looking up to. So I love Minister Farrakhan. And I'm not a Muslim, I'm not a Christian, I'm nothing. I'm still trying to find what it is out there. But Minister Farrakhan is my favorite person. So I think Minister Farrakhan solidifying that as well. Like, now switch this up.
No, right.
You got a lot of people looking at you.
Nah.
Now switch this up.
Nah, I get that. And when you from you saying like, from what you saying now and then saying like, man, you just getting a glimpse, like a 10-15 minutes woo of my life. But nigga seeing it in real time. Like I told you, I talked to Wallow this morning. Yeah. He told me that. That's in real time. You just FaceTime Jules right here before we started the podcast. Yeah. The energy, like that was real time. So none of that with the same energy of a nigga 10-15 minutes on that fucking woo. It's the real woo. So I get what you're saying. Like, get to know me. You know what I'm saying? Because we see it in real time. Like, it's different than that 10-15 minutes. So I get it.
You know what it is? It's natural, too. You can't organically be that. It's natural. And that's why when they said some rooms back there, that I wasn't invited. I probably wasn't invited to them because I'm naturally me. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bend. I'm not going to fold. It's just not in me to be...
Fake.
Yeah, or that. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not that. Listen, man, I've been in groups where I danced and did shit, but when it comes to the fuckery, you got to do this or else you can't get to the next level. I'm not ever doing that.
Right.
But I want to say this too, before I leave, because I always wanted to say this, and I never said this nowhere else. I don't like it when black men make it to a certain level that we always had to go to a back room to make it there.
Right. Real talk.
So you telling me no black man has never made it to be where he's at without going to that back room? I don't like that part of it.
With integrity and morals.
Now, I ain't saying that ain't happening.
But do you
I'm
think
just saying that we can't say that about, we can't make that a blanket statement about
everybody. Right.
And because I don't want that on my kids. I don't want that on everybody. Like, the only way you're going to make it is if you go into that back room. And I just don't believe certain black people that I looked up to had to go into a back room. And I just wish that narrative, switch up the flow with that a little bit.
Because you think because niggas feeling like, man, nigga ain't talking about M's, nigga talking about B's. B's is a lot. But you know how long it takes to get B's? So if you got B's,
so the problem,
feel like you went in
think of every black person that you admire that ever made it.
Right.
And then think of them going to a back room to be there.
Yeah.
I can't.
How does that make you feel?
I just don't think all of them do it because some of them are heroes to me, and I respect them in a certain kind of way. Right.
Now, hold up. With that being said, I'm not saying some of them or somebody did something.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, do
all of them.
everybody
Yeah,
do
this is
that?
not all of them.
So
right.
that's the narrative that I hope changes, unless it's true. And
people
I just refuse to believe that.
Everybody don't get billions. So people gonna be like, everybody don't do that because everybody don't got billions.
Yeah, come on, get the fuck out of here.
That's what nigga gonna be saying.
So it becomes that. So in order for you to be who you are successfully, you have to go into a back to get. Man, I just maybe I'm ignorant and stupid, and I just ain't make it to that level. But I just refuse to believe that about certain people that I know and met. That I just refuse to believe that they would have. I'm sure. I bumped fists with a nigga that did it.
Facts.
But not everybody.
Right.
Hey, who the hardest nigga in New York? Who the hardest nigga in New York on the... Because we talk about these things down south. Who the hardest nigga in New York on the mic? And who the flyest nigga in New York dressing?
Damn. Dressing-wise...
Talk your shit.
Barring what's going on now, would have been Puff.
You think?
Cody dressing Puff?
I think Fab.
Niggas can say what they want. Puff was fly as a motherfucker.
I thought Fab.
Everybody gonna kill me for that.
I say Fab.
I don't know, man.
Fab over Jim Jones?
I love Fab.
I say Fab over Jim Jones. Fab just do it, bro.
Y'all young niggas, man. I get
I'm
it.
not
I
young,
get it.
I'm old. I'm old. I'm an old cat.
Nah, I get
I'm
it.
right under
Fab
you.
and them be dressing young too.
They can mix it up.
And Jim Jones too.
They can mix it up. So you saying...
I'm talking about a nigga that'll put on some suits and put on some different shit. Puff was, y'all can say what y'all want, but if I had to go number one, it'd be Nas. I think Nas is the flyest
nice
nigga.
Too. He was nice too.
Nas is a fly nigga.
He could
you know?
dress.
Right.
Nas is, and you can't front on him rap and dressing wise. Cameron.
Cam could dress.
Killer, shout out to Killer. You
Harlem
gotta
niggas.
name Harlem.
It's Harlem, bro.
Gotta give Harlem niggas some. Listen.
A lot of Harlem.
So to show y'all I don't discriminate, I just name niggas that's not even from my borough. You know what I mean? But I'm just saying
Who fly from the Bronx?
Everybody. Nigga, name a nigga. It's up to you. Name a nigga. We all fly. Nigga.
Fat Joe said I got the hardest shoe collection ever.
Well, the problem is we set the trend for these niggas. But with that being said, but so yeah, no, it's a lot of fly shit. You know, those two, Nas, Puff, those are two that I thought was pause. I don't ever look at a nigga like that nigga fly. But
they do it.
Yeah,
They
when
do it.
you gotta give credit where credit. I'm comfortable in my skin. I thought Puff, say what you want about him. Nigga was clean, and him and Nas. Nas is another nigga that's clean. Something about they fly was, What else you
Hard
ask?
is on the mic. The
Hardest
balls.
on the mic, ball. MC from New York.
Oh man, God, man, it's too many for this.
But
I mean,
but
your
say the one.
favorite.
Just
You
say
gotta
the
have
one, though.
one. You
And
gotta have
I'm
one.
gonna say my one first. You wanna say my one first?
God.
Jadakiss. Say your one. That's just my favorite rapper too. So, but yeah, Jadakiss. So say your shit. And then Meena gonna say his shit.
So here's
No,
the deal.
I got another question.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. We got errors in this shit, man. It's errors, so it's different errors. So I can't name one. But what I will give you is Jadakiss is a very good friend of mine. Jadakiss is one of my very favorite people in the industry. It's my man. I love him to death. So he would be up there. He's in my top 5 favorite rappers.
Solid dude.
Yeah. So, but he would be in my top 5 favorite rappers. But we going errors like, yeah, it's Karis, One Rakim, Kiss.
Right.
Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane.
Kane.
Yeah, y'all was the Mecca
Cool
hip-hop.
G rap.
Yeah, Cool G was my dog.
You know what I
too.
mean? Listen, but with that being said, somebody that's in my top 5 that New York niggas get mad at me about is Andre.
Andre 3000.
3 Stacks.
Yeah, he super dope.
I think Lauryn Hill gets left out of the rap question because she's so dope as a singer that
She's
people
super
leave her
dope.
out the question
She's so
as a rapper.
dope as an artist, bro.
I love Doshi. Shout out to her.
Yeah, and she just won.
Holy shit. Shorty, I'm Johnny Come Lately, but you are beautiful and you're dope.
What she won? Best album of the year?
Yeah, she's so I
And
went
the
down.
Grammys.
I did a
I
whole.
don't think that chick I saw. She had boxes on. I know chick I saw had
I
boxes
did a deep
on.
dive on her, but I think a lot of rappers that's dope get overlooked. CeeLo, right? CeeLo Green,
CeeLo
right?
cold.
So CeeLo is cold.
Fuck with CeeLo.
These are just rap. I'm naming that.
Yeah, you
I
just
think
naming
just get
that
overlooked.
you
yeah.
like, right.
Because they so talented that they get overlooked for their rap skills, and I think CeeLo and Lauryn Hill fall in that category.
I got a question for you. What's one of the greatest moments that Corey Gunz done for you, like that you saw him do that just made you the proudest father in the world?
When he was on 6 foot, 7 foot, they performed in New York on New Year's Eve, and Wayne walked them out on a rooftop in New York that we all dreamed about. Saturday Night Live roof and 50, you know, it was
Uptown,
literally had tears in my eyes. Me and my mother and my family, we all watched it from the apartment he was born and raised in, and we all watched that from the TV there, and it was just like, who would have thought that, you know,
love, huh?
this would be what
The
it was. So yeah,
moment.
it was when Wayne presented him to the world on that rooftop in New York on New Year's Eve.
That was
when
big.
Wayne got out of jail, and that was that was my proudest moment of Corey. Yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. That's a question I had in my heart. I just wanted to know that.
Nah, it's all love, man. We know this is Super Bowl weekend, man, and we can't stay here all day. But like I say, we started this shit off. I know you say it's love, brother, but I still genuine, man. We
got
appreciate
family.
it, big brother.
Got family.
So it's love, my nigga. And for the people who don't know, man, where to find you at on social media?
Just go on Instagram, man. Peter Gunz 174 on Instagram. 174 on Instagram, and I'll post everything that need to be posted from there. I'm not on much on everything else.
You do collabs?
Yeah.
So somebody send you a collab or something, you know, you with it?
Depends if it's hot. I
It's
don't
you.
just get
It's
on
no,
no
it's
bullshit.
you. A collab with you. A collab with you.
On my shit?
No, I'm saying no Rap Cat
That's that old
podcast.
school shit, dog.
Listen, no Rap Cat podcast gonna collab with you. We gonna put a clip up of you.
Oh, you mean?
Would you share? Is you with the collab?
I thought he meant somebody getting on getting on somebody's song.
No,
and all
a
that.
collab on Instagram.
Facts.
On Instagram. Nigga, you talking to an old 56-year-old nigga talking about collab. You know when you hear collab, you think nigga gonna get on the song.
I know what you was talking.
Thought you was inviting some trash nigga for me to do a record with.
Nah. I'm just saying. With
man,
us,
this nigga stupid,
when we
man.
collab
Nigga the illest.
when we collab on promoting what we got coming
Oh,
out
come
with
on,
you,
man. Of course. Of course.
That nigga the illest, man. This Peter
I
Gunz,
thought this nigga
dog.
was inviting a fat white nigga out of Armatar do a fucking. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Nah, man, it's real raw shit, man. That's Peter Gunz, dog. I go by Gas the Realest.
I missed the minute the motivator, brother.
You already know what to watch.
Man,
Petey
watch-
pop off.
Watch this, don't watch that other shit.
Yeah.
Boom.